Cheryl's gone over to the kitchen.
Made it over here to the kitchen, joined by Chef Colin Douglas from Havana at Red Mill, as well as the restaurant owner, Keith Berger. We are making seafood paella. First, though, we do want to talk about the restaurant located in Virginia Beach. Keith, welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're located in the Red Mill Common Shopping Center.
Yeah.
We've been there for about 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And the greatest thing about this restaurant, not only the service, and not only Chef Colin, but that, you know, everything's fresh. We cut our steaks and fish, and everything is made to order, and it's you know, I'm an eater. So if I'm going to eat it, it's going to be delicious.
Fantastic.
And I guarantee that it's delicious. So, you know, we'll give you your money back. How's that?
Really? Money back guarantee. All right, Havana, though, what I would think would be Cuban food.
Right.
And you were telling me there is a Cuban tinge to it.
Our tagline is an American cafe with a Cuban twist.
Okay.
So we do a lot of American-style foods, but we put that little island twist on it to give you the flavor and everything. So it gives us a unique restaurant because we're able to do anything, and we're not just subject just to do that one little small section of food.
So you are not pigeonholed.
Exactly.
And Chef Colin, you can show us exactly what you're talking about.
Just some creativity.
That's very good. What are we making today?
We're making a seafood paella, which is not limited. You don't have to use all the ingredients. You can use some, or you can add some or take some out if you do not like them.
Well, that's good to know. What are the ingredients that you have for the paella you're going to make today?
First, I start with chorizo sausage.
Okay, so that's right here, your chorizo sausage. Okay.
I start with some jumbo sea scallops as well, which are right here. I start with a little bit of fresh tuna, shrimp, and mussels and clams.
Okay, and so you're going to put like the tails on the shrimp in the paella, and
yeah, because it's a shellfish paella, I like to leave some of the shells on. It gives it a sea feeling to it.
Right.
Adds a little.
Let me in on a little secret earlier that it actually doesn't take as long. It's not as complicated a dish as people may think it is.
So yeah, some people may traditionally cook the rice in the pan. We choose to, being an a la carte restaurant, we pre-cook the rice and then add it as we make a paella to order.
All right, let's talk about our quick first step, and then we'll toss it over to Jeremy and everyone talking about the weather. But what is our first step?
My first step, I like to render the sausage into the pan, bring out some of the fat out of it. Fat is flavor. Everybody loves a little bit of fat in their dish.
All right, definitely. All right, we'll start here, and then we'll come back to the kitchen in just a little bit. In the meantime, let's take a look at our forecast for the day. It's always good to learn something new about places here on our community, and we're learning how to make seafood paella with Chef Colin Douglas from Havana at Red Mill. Yes. All right, so what we did since the last time we checked in with you, butter, and then
we rendered the chorizo sausage. So basically we pulled some of the fats out of the chorizo, got a little color on it, pull some of the flavors out. It really incorporates nice with the rice and the bouillabaisse.
Smells very good, and fat is good.
Fat is always good, just within reason.
Right.
You know? The common misconception is that fat is not good. It is good as long as it's within reason.
Always in moderation. Okay, what do we do next?
We're going to go start with the scallops. I like to start with the scallops.
Okay.
They take the longest.
Oh,
so we're going to add those.
I thought they cooked very quickly, but I guess it depends on the heat that you put them on, right?
Crank up the heat on them. Now, well, in comparison to the rest of the seafood, they're going to take the longest.
All right.
So.
Well, let's talk about what a paella is. Maybe some folks don't even know what exactly a paella, what is encompassed in a paella.
A paella, you know, it comes from, a lot of people say it comes from all different parts of the world. Everywhere you go, it's going to be a different story about that they have the original paella. It actually goes back to Valencia in Spain is where it started from. And basically it was a way of using all their leftovers. They used to put it into a big rice dish and serve it in a big family style.
Right.
The original dish was actually called a paella, and that's where they got the name from.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So that sounds to me then you can kind of put what you want in your dish to kind of make it your own.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the dish is that its versatility is endless. You know, you can add anything you want to it. You can do beef, lamb, pork, shrimp, chicken, anything you want to put in there. It's quite all right.
Now, is this a dish that is on the menu at Havana at Red Mill?
Yes, this dish is on the menu. You can get it.
So you're actually learning some secrets here from the chef.
There you go.
Okay. So now that the scallops are in here, what then do we put in?
We're going to add the tuna.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the shrimp and the shellfish.
With the tails on. With the tails on. I'll be handing those over to Nick. Yes. Not that I don't love shrimp.
Now, we throw a little bit of a a little bit of a twist on it,
Okay.
I add a bouillabaisse, which is actually from the province of Florence in Italy.
Okay.
And it was a traditional seafood stew that they used to do.
Talk about what a bouillabaisse is first.
A bouillabaisse is basically consists of white wine, carrots, some saffron, garlic, and tomatoes.
Okay.
And then it's pureed. And they used to add some seafood to it and serve it over French bread. It's really got a bold flavor. Brings in a whole nother flavor to the whole dish altogether.
Very good. That puts a different spin to your paella, because I noticed until this point you really hadn't put any seasonings in.
Yeah.
So we're going to cook this up a little bit, add the bouillabaisse in a little bit, right?
Yes, and then we're always going to season with salt and pepper at the end.
All right. We will check in with you just a little bit. Chef Colin Douglas, thanks very much. All right, she has a sharp tongue, but is it enough to fill Simon Cowell's shoes? We are back in the kitchen, joined by Chef Colin Douglas from Havana at Red Mill in Virginia Beach, and we're making seafood paella. Looks a little different than when we checked in with you earlier. What have you done?
Oh, let's see. We got the seafood nice and cooked up for you. Then we added the bouillabaisse, which is from Italy, and let that reduce down a little bit. Add a little salt and pepper to it.
So not too many spices, probably because of the chorizo sausage and the butter, huh?
Chorizo and the butter, they take care of a lot. Chorizo has a lot of flavor, very bold flavors.
Yeah.
The bouillabaisse has a lot of flavor too, so there's not really much more needed than salt and pepper.
Oh, okay. Very, very good. So it's not so, it's not a creamy thing that we're going to have at the end.
Not at all.
And we haven't added the rice yet, so that's your last step, isn't it? Okay, let's go do that and plate it all up, because I've got some hungry eyes looking at me from over here. We thank you for joining us today, too, because you only have dinners at the restaurant, which means you probably were up pretty early this morning.
Yes, I was. This is not a usual for me, but I did have a great time. I'm very happy I came.
Oh, well, we appreciate you doing so. Now, tell us again, if folks want to have you make this meal for them, where do we go?
You go to the Red Mill Common Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. We're located over there. We open at 5 p.m. for dinner.
Right. Which means this is way earlier than you normally would be at work, right?
Paella for breakfast.
Hey, we don't mind. We do not mind. Now, this is a dish, though. I mean, you obviously make it at the restaurant for restaurant patrons, but folks can really put what they want into the dish and make it their own.
Oh yeah, whatever you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be seafood. So, I know there's people that are allergic to seafood or don't particularly like it, but really, it's whatever you want it to be. And that is the beauty of this dish.
And you're turning off the heat, so that means you're done?
I'm ready to roll.
Okay. You eat with your eyes, that we've heard.
Yes.
We've heard that from chefs. How do you plate it up?
I do it in a bowl at the restaurant, but I'm going to do it on these nice plates for you guys.
We appreciate that. We like our plates. And you just kind of heap it on, huh?
Yeah, basically.
That's nice. And this is one of your favorite dishes you were telling me earlier.
Love it. It's a man's meal.
It's a man's meal.
This is a man's meal right here.
It is hearty.
Rice,
that's for sure.
Rice,
Nick is giving us the okay. All right, guys, I'm going to save you some here. In the meantime, let's check in on the pop quiz and Nick's picks right there. Last